In this video, we will be looking at the Princess of Wales's former home at Kensington Palace, apartments 8 and 9. It was two apartments joined together and is situated on the left next to Prince and Princess Michael of Kent's apartment. It is 3 stories tall with an attic, an upper and a ground floor. Here we see Princess Diana leaving her apartment through her main front entrance. Behind the door is situated a hallway and a grand staircase, which I'll be showing you a picture of later. Here you can see Kensington Palace from above. I think this picture was taken from Google Earth. It shows a sprawling palace which was enlarged over many generations, and in it live many royal relations and staff. From this picture you can see number 1 is the Duke of Gloucester's apartment, which he shares with his wife. He is the Queen's first cousin. Number 2 shows apartment 1A, which is now William and Catherine's family home. It was formerly home to Princess Margaret. Number 3 is the State Apartments, which is open to the public. Number 4 shows Prince Michael of Kent's apartment. He is also a cousin to the Queen. Number 5 is apartments 8 and 9, which are Diana's old apartments, now used as Prince Charles's staff office. Here you can see the apartment layout. As I said previously, it was 2 apartments joined together. The rest of the apartments at Kensington Palace are staff. Number 9 was Nottingham Cottage, where Prince Harry now lives. Formerly William and Kate lived there. The photos inside Diana's apartment were taken by Paul Burrell, Diana's former butler. After her death, he entered her apartment and took a series of pictures which he published. The first picture shows Diana's entrance hall. It's quite a large foyer. It was newly decorated shortly before her death. The wall colours were changed and I think new carpet was added. As you can see from the next picture, this is the room where after Diana's death her coffin was laid for one night before her funeral. Paul Burrell stayed with her during that night. Again, it's decorated in the yellow and shows a really nice bench and portraits. Here is the grand staircase. Behind you can see a picture of Diana, a really nice portrait. Again, this was newly redecorated. Some of the decorations Diana only got to see once before her death. Here is a close-up of the portrait. It must have been one of her particular favourites for her to have hung it in her apartment. Here you can see her drawing room with many knickknacks, personal items, family photos, collections. There is a Flemish tapestry on the one wall. Another view of the drawing room shows a piano with again more family pictures, an ornate rug, a marble fireplace. In happier times, Diana shared the apartment with Prince Charles. Here they are at a meeting, seated in front of the Flemish tapestry. Keep an eye out for the chair. The chair is used in the interview, in the Martin Bashir interview, where Diana exposed and told her story. Here she is posing in an elegant red dress in front of the Flemish tapestry. And again at the piano with Princes William and Harry. If you look closely, you can see the family portraits. And there's quite a nice gilded mirror. Obviously this was in the early 80s. Here we see her dining room with a specially made ornate carpet, bamboo dining furniture. After Diana's death, a lot of these pieces were removed and added back into the royal collection. The portrait on the wall now hangs at Clarence House at the request of Prince Charles. Apparently the tablecloth was always on the table. Here we see Diana's sitting room, which is one of her favourite rooms. She had concealed in one of the units a TV, which she used to watch, with her many cuddly toys. She had the room redecorated, and she had to keep the really expensive wall covering, which was actually fabric. Here we see before it was decorated with the blue curtains, and she is hard at work. She had pictures of ballerinas on the walls, and again with all of her collections and many knickknacks. Here we see a collection of her cuddly toys. Each one had a very individual personal meaning to the princess. I think they brought her comfort. This is her desk as she left it before her fatal trip in France and the crash in Paris. And here is her makeup room where she used to have her hair tended. Apparently she had a hairdresser come in every day to blow out her hair. This is the Martin Bashir interview, again using those chairs that we saw earlier. It was actually Prince Charles's former study. Again, more family portraits. Here we are in the attic, which is the children's nursery. Again, the early 80s, quite an ornate carpet. And obviously Princess Diana was